Hey guys, welcome to a brand new Slay and Shade. If you are new to the Slay and Shade series, this is where I put on makeup and share my opinions about other people, mostly other YouTubers. We may not agree, but that's why the comment section is open so that we can discuss, we can debate. Because today we're going to be talking about Tana Mongeau, and I know that there are a lot of strong opinions on her. So I'm going to do an eyeshadow look that my husband came up with, and I'm going to share my feelings on her. So far, I did not use a primer, but I did go into the Magic foundation from Charlotte Tilbury. I also tried this new HD translucent setting powder from Koki. I am kind of liking it. I don't like the package. I had to use two different knives to get like that little plastic thing off. I do, however, like that it comes with like a little puff because that's nice, you know, whenever you're out and about if you need to like touch up. So we'll see how it lasts. It really did sink in very nicely to my skin. It doesn't look super powdery or anything, so that's good. I went in with the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Manny collab Eclipse for highlight. I went in with the Maybelline Fit Me concealer and the Koki Cosmetics contour palette, and Tea Rose, a blush from Milani. I love this blush. I did not do a lip yet. I did set my eyes. I used Urban Decay Primer Potion and a little bit of foundation, and I set it with Parched, a shade from the Jeffree Star Thirsty palette. And so I'm going to be using the Weekend Festival palette today. So over last weekend, I asked my husband, I said, pick a couple of colors out of this palette for me to use. It's so easy to gravitate towards like a sunset eye or something like that. So I wanted to see what he thought, what colors might look cool, just to get like a different sort of color story going on. So after an hour of looking at this palette, he picked these shades and he also drew an eyeball for where I am to place said shades. So I'll have to refer back to this a little bit. He wants Spirit and Electric blended, then Dippy on most of the lid, Wicked coming out. It's gonna be a task. I was like, just pick like, 3 or 4 shades, something like that. He picked 7 shades. So I'm going to do my best at this. It could come out like completely awful. He's got me using blues, light blue, purples, all kinds of stuff, green, yellow. So we will see what it looks like. So I'm supposed to go in with Spirit first in my crease. So we'll see how this goes because it is a shimmer. Okay, enough of that. So let's talk Tana. When I first heard of Tana, it was actually with all the controversy over her saying the N-word. After I found out like who she was and I watched her videos of like her saying it, and then I watched her apology video, I did not care for her too much, mostly because, okay, like, she definitely said the N-word and meant it in a bad way, and instead of just saying, like, I'm an idiot for using that word and I'm very ignorant and I don't realize the scope of, how that word affects people, she, decides to do this little apology video. She's in the car. It's like she didn't even care. But she said that she didn't realize that it was racist because to her it meant like the same thing as homie, even with a hard R. And so that's just ridiculous. Of course she knows what the word means. Like, she's not 3 years old. You know what I mean? Like, you're 16, 17 years old or whatever at the time, you know what it means. Maybe she was even a little bit older. I don't know. This is weird putting a light shimmer in my crease. But now I have to go into electric and blend that into the crease as well. And what color is electric? So anyway, so I found her to be like, kind of manipulative, like really like kind of ignorant. Just be honest, So I already think of her as like a liar. But I go back and I watch her content because I'm like, whoa, she has like a shit ton of subscribers. Like, what is her deal? And she's a story time channel, which, I'm not like so much into. You can tell that she's all about the drama, all about exaggerating, all about attention, and her story times, like the stalker one, some of them are so so obvious, like obviously fake stories, that it's like ridiculous. She even read like that supposedly like that letter from her stalker, but in reality it was a short story that she found on the internet. Come on. And then there was her getting banged by a toothbrush, other clickbaity kind of titles. It just wasn't my thing. You know what I mean? My first impression of her was already bad because of her saying the N-word and like acting like that half-assed apology was good enough. However, there were some people that I saw commenting about how she is not like a role model and she shouldn't even have a channel, all this kind of stuff. And that's where I'm sort of on a different page, because I feel like no girl her age is going onto YouTube with these over-exaggerated stories for this attention, being this way because she wants to be a role model for young women. She wants the money. She wants to be famous. That's what she wants. That's what she did it for. And I feel like putting her in that position, saying like she's supposed to be a role model, is just kind of like, because not everybody, wants to be a role model. They just want the money. They want the popularity. That's like her deal. So I feel like as a parent, you should monitor what your kids are watching and don't take an 11-year-old to her show. You know what I'm saying? So like for that part, I kind of disagree there, because I feel like everybody should have a channel. You should be able to share your own opinions. It's when it comes to hate speech and things like that where it's a little bit of a gray area for me, because I believe everybody should be able to express their opinion, but being able to express that opinion does not make you free from consequences, So I understand how people were like, we do not want to, we don't want her on here. We're just like sick of her, whatever. And in watching her, that's the thing. You could tell, this is the shade Dippy, that she just, she's got some issues and whatever. She wants to be famous. And there are plenty of family-friendly, kid-friendly YouTubers out there that are not like her. So I'm not like, oh, she should be a role model or whatever. Sometimes she's a little bit funny, I'll even say. But being that my first impression was of her saying the N-word, that was not a good start. After that, I checked out her channel a little bit, like I said, and it wasn't until iDubbbz came out with this content cop that I was like, fuck, because his content cops are so fucking good, and he tore her apart, he really did. He got her so good. Oh my goodness, I forgot to put my powder down using all of these colors. I'm going in with RCMA just because I can pack this on and it won't look cakey or anything. Okay, this Dippy shade there's a little bit of fallout. It's not too bad, but anyway, so iDubbbz really, really got her. If you have not seen the iDubbbz content cop on her, I highly recommend watching it, because I know some of my friends that watch my videos don't even know who any of these people are. So I'll link that video down below. What does he have me doing here? Okay. Wait until you see what he has me doing on like the bottom of my lids. It's going to be crazy. So, the next sort of thing about Tana, that caught my eye, was her video on VidCon. So let's just get into the real meat and potatoes of this whole thing. Her video on VidCon, talking about how she got treated badly and that she was promised to be a featured creator, and then again for like the third year in a row and whatever, she isn't. And a lot of people came out to support her. It was odd because it was like really the first time that I saw anybody really standing up for Tana, and like being on her side. And I mean, that was kind of cool. Like, I dug her video. It was a little too long for me, but whatever. And so TanaCon was born. Now, it is a little sketchy on when exactly TanaCon came to fruition, because in Shane Dawson's series on it, Tana says, Michael, I had people telling me that you gave up on their project 6 months ago so that you could work on TanaCon. So 2 months and 6 months, those are fairly different timelines. So I am not, I'm not sure. I kind of think that it was 6 months. I think that maybe she had this idea for TanaCon before she even put out the VidCon video. It's just a feeling that I have. Maybe they didn't actually start to try to get a venue and stuff until 2 months away, but I feel like it was an idea. Oh my goodness. Okay, now I have to take Wicked. Oh boy. Wicked is this purple color. I'm supposed to do a wing with Wicked. Oh goodness. Okay. I don't know how well that's gonna work, but so anyway, so the day of TanaCon comes. She got tons of big influencers to come, like Shane Dawson. I feel like the majority of people that went were because they wanted to see Shane. Shane doesn't normally go to things like that, and people just love him, So, I thought, oh my goodness, she's got, Shane coming, and this is going to be great. I was excited because I was hoping that it would be successful, because it would be something where like everybody felt included, and that's what it was supposed to be like. Tickets were supposed to be free, but a lot of people paid for them. There's all these discrepancies between that Michael Weiss told her that they were the free tickets, but they weren't the free tickets, and all this crap. So anyway, the day of TanaCon rolls around, and people are stuck outside because the building was at capacity. She starts to go on like Snapchat and like IG story talking about how there's like 20,000 people outside waiting to get in. So that means that it was a success. That's why the lines are so long. These poor kids, a lot of them kids, were standing out there for hours and hours waiting to get in, getting burned by the sun, being dehydrated, no water, no food, nothing. And there were not 20,000 people there. It was pretty much all the people that paid to be there. I guess what it seems like was supposed to happen is that it appears that like they wanted to have it so that people were going in, going through, to the panels and then going out, and then more people coming in, which is the dumbest fucking idea ever, because once those people are inside, they're not going to want to like leave, so it makes no fucking sense. So it was a total disaster. It was shut down. Over that weekend, Tana was at what she said was her, like management's like party, but it was her birthday party. She was acting like she didn't give a shit. She was acting like she was so convinced by her own lies, that she was that delusional, that she really thought, oh my goodness, my event got shut down because because of how many people were there, because oh my god, it's that big. Like, this is that big. This is how great I am. Unfortunately, that wasn't the truth. Oh geez, he's got me going in with the green down here. And so, but she ran with it for a very long time. She tweeted, you know, all about how many people were there. A lot of it was bullshit, because she would say 20,000 people were there. I think even once she said 30. I swear I heard her say 30. And then she said, oh no, there's 15. She said 15,000 like a ton of times, you know? So it wasn't very like clear to her anyway, what was going on at first. Now she blamed Michael for that. Because she said that people were telling her that that's how many people were outside. Now, when she went out there to like say hi to them and say, you know, like that it was canceled and stuff, clearly she should have been able to tell that that was not 20,000 or 15,000 people, but I digress. So a bunch of shit goes on. People are posting all about how TanaCon went or didn't go. There, you know, pictures of them being sunburned, and it was just so sad to see people that traveled like so far for this. So Shane decides that, you know, he's gonna help. He's gonna be, you know, putting himself in like the forefront of this shitstorm so that he can kind of like get to the bottom of things. And I love Shane, obviously. But his series that he did, like The Truth About TanaCon and all that stuff, I thought he was way too easy on her. I did not like how he edited that part about when she said that Michael was working on it like 6 months ago. Then in the other part, it was like edited and his reaction was totally different. I didn't like that. I think that he was absolutely too biased to do this. I think that as smart as he may seem, I feel like he was a little bit manipulated by Tana. I think everybody is kind of easily manipulated by her, and I just kind of don't know why. But, oh man. So this shade is trance. Oh my goodness. That's interesting. Yeah, so those are all the shades he gave me. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. There we go. I think I'm going to add a little underbrow highlight with sugar from Wet n Wild. So anyway, so I did feel like Shane was definitely like way too easy on her. It's like, come on, you know. And things just weren't adding up from Michael or Tana. And it was like, this series was pretty much like advertised as like, you know, we're going to get to the bottom. We're going to get some answers. But really, I left those videos with more questions than answers. And my friend, Beauty with Ashley, she's absolutely incredible. She did a series on, you know, her opinions on TanaCon and the series that Shane did. And it's fantastic. So I will also link that below because she's so good. I felt the same way as she did. I felt like Shane was too easy on Tana. We still didn't really get to the bottom of anything. And, this is the Kokie Cosmetics mascara. And so we were all like kind of waiting for Tana's video. And, that came. I have no idea what kind of lip to do. I figure since I went like so crazy on the eyes, maybe I'll go crazy on the lips too. But anyway, so in Tana's apology video, it wasn't really an apology as much as it was a self-deprecating pile of shit. It was basically like, I know my name was on it. I know it's my fault. I'm taking responsibility, but, and when you say but, pretty much everything you said before that is just nonsense. It doesn't even matter anymore. Just like when you say, I'm sorry, but, you know, that kind of takes away the I'm sorry part. And so she was just it was essentially like, I know that this is my fault and I'm supposed to take the fall for all of this, but I was really involved. But, Michael told me this. I was told by these people. I was told by Good Times. I was told this. You can't sit there and talk about how involved you were in a process and then say that you were like totally clueless about shit at the same time. I can't imagine, like, the whole excuse of her being like, I was 19 or I was 20 or whatever trying to do this is bullshit. Because whenever I was her age, I put on a few metal shows of my own and with very little notice. And it's very easy to go through and confirm capacity, confirm bands, confirm with booking, confirm payment, confirm the cover at the door. It is not, and I know TanaCon was bigger than any show that I did, but it's not that hard. And if she felt like he was like sketchy and shady, like to begin with, then she should have been double checking everything herself. And in one clip, this is Jeffree Star Velour Liquid Lipstick in the shade Romeo. Why not? Uh-oh. Oh boy. I am colorful today. And in one part of the TanaCon series from Shane, we hear Michael talk about the capacity and how they've already sold more tickets than the place can hold. And Tana saying, oh, people love to be oppressed outside. Oh, I waited like all day, blah, blah, blah. I know, I love it. No, I mean, maybe people have fun stories, like when they would, go out and stand in line to get tickets before we could just have them on our cell phone, or, something like that, but not spending an entire day. This is the Maybelline Master Fix setting spray. I can't wait to get a new bottle of Slay All Day from Gerard Cosmetics. Oh my goodness, I got a sample of it and it was amazing, so I ordered the peach one. I can't wait until it gets here. Anyway, so she really what she did was just be like, I'm an idiot. I'm so stupid. I'm so young, No, I don't think that she's ever really 100% into something. And I feel like it's a damn shame because people really like her. She is charismatic, whether you like her content or not, being talented. That's kind of a word that I save for talented people that like do stuff really well. But for her, people like her. And if she put all of her time and effort into something, I think that she could get shit done. Yes, she was on vacation. Yes, Michael Weiss seems shady as hell, and I feel like he is part to blame. But we didn't learn anything new. It was the same bullshit. It was the same, I'm young, how was I supposed to do this? It was so stupid of me to think I could do this in 2 months and blah, blah, blah. 2 months isn't really a long time, but it isn't like a week. You know what I mean? Like, I just find it so hard to believe that she would say 6 months ago, to Michael, 6 months ago, you weren't going, you weren't doing other creator stuff because you were working on TanaCon. I mean, I feel like it was in the works, but because she's like that, she's always late, and she's a procrastinator, and she just doesn't really care, and she's really selfish, that it did take 2 months just to do because they wasted all that time. And I mean, and I don't feel bad for her because I feel bad for the people that were hurt by her. And if she felt so badly, I feel like, when she said that she would personally refund people, I feel like she should have met people. She should be meeting people, not charging them $70 on an app named Cameo, to be acknowledged. I think that's ridiculous. And I think that really shows what kind of person she is. Sorry, I just like totally spit. Gross. But that just shows what type of person she is, that she would be on this app charging people like $70 for like a shout out. It's disgusting to me. That's just my opinion. I don't find anything wrong with storytime channels, do you? Some people find that stuff very entertaining. However, with her past and her still using the N-word off and on, like in old tweets and things like that, not that old, but using it like with an A at the end, still, it's like, girl, what is your problem? I feel like she is slightly delusional. I feel like she has a lot of yes man like type people around her. And maybe it's the drugs. Maybe she would rather just get fucked up and party than have to plan something. And maybe she's one of those people that just thinks that everybody else is going to take care of it. And she found out that that's not true, that you need to be more hands-on. And in every video that we saw her with Michael going through the venue, she was wearing the same clothes. So I'm guessing that that was just one time that like she went there, one time that she walked through, one time when she asked a couple of questions, one time when she said, oh, make sure they have this or that. She would be the one to reach out to brands to do like a gift bag. And I feel like she's just lazy as fuck, and she just didn't. And the disaster was TanaCon. If she decides to do it again, I hope she actually gives a shit and she puts a lot of time and effort into it, because I don't want her to see her fail because of all of her fans. I want the fans to have the experience that they deserve to have like the first time around, So I guess we'll have to keep an eye out for TanaCon 2. I don't know. But all in all, I don't trust her. I find her to be pretty shady and lazy and just like, and she is still pretty young and she's probably just in that party stage of whatever, but you can't make promises to people and have them buy tickets to something and have it just completely fall apart like that, and then have a half-assed apology and just move on, just act like it didn't happen. If there is a TanaCon 2, it better be bigger, better, everything, because those people, and they should not have to pay for this. I think all the people that bought tickets the first time around should get in for free, just my opinion. And they should get the experience that they deserved. And, Tana, the fuck? Stop charging people just to acknowledge them. It's insane. It reminds me of like Kendall Ray, pay me $50 and I'll follow you back on Twitter. I am a teeny tiny channel, but I get a few DMs like a month that are like, I know that this might cost me my follow, but I wanted to message you and say thank you for following me. To have somebody say, I know this might cost me your follow, I'm like, oh my God, I try to follow everybody back that follows me, and I subscribe to their YouTube channels, watch their videos, comment when I can. That's supportive. That's why this is fun, to meet people, to bring a little bit of joy and laughter to people, a couple times a week. And to charge people that much money after fucking up so royally just to acknowledge them is kind of sickening to me. Those are my opinions. If you disagree with me, I understand. Just put it down in the comments. We can have a discussion about it. And, just let me know what you guys think of the whole thing. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing. And please follow me on Twitter if you feel like it. Love and hugs. Bye.